Organization is also celebrating International Women's Day with special guest Lieutenant Governor Pamela Evette. The Lieutenant Governor volunteered with other community members at a building site in Nicholtown, joining other women from different organizations to help build one of the 29 homes in the new development.
This is Women's History Month. This is International Women's Day, and so how appropriate that we have a whole bunch of ladies here working on this Habitat for Humanity house.
Habitat for Humanity of Greenville County opened its doors in 1985 and has been bringing women, men, and many other members of the community together to help and serve each other ever since.